Hi everybody, I'm Dave Beckett coming to you from my workshop here in Bend, Oregon, where I'm making you all some memento gifts for our reunion. I haven't been to many of the reunions. I think I've only been to two, maybe our 15 and 40. In any event, I became a science teacher after college for 5 years, and then became a pastor. Met a Sydney, Ohio girl, and we've had 4 children, and took us to the mission field in Alaska, where we raised those 4 kids about 23 years in Alaska. So I've been pretty far away from Fairfield. But as I'm thinking about those days, I thought I'd share the story, kind of a funny story. We were juniors at Fairfield, and Blaine, Clark, and I, Steve Patterson, some others, we would put our books down in Mrs. Edwards' math class and then go to lunch. So we're coming back, and we're getting a drink of water in the hallway before going into the classroom, and Blaine says to me, "Oh, let's have a little competition." And so we got a drink of water, but we kept a mouthful of water in our mouth and went into class that way. And the first one to spit out or swallow their water would be the loser. So we're back there kind of hiding behind the people in front of us, and Mrs. Edwards is teaching, and Blaine and I are sitting across from each other, and we're making all kinds of noises and gurgles and making faces at each other, trying to make each other laugh. And so it's not working. But as you can imagine, by now the water is getting pretty slimy. And so I'm thinking, what are we going to do here? None of us wants to lose. Finally, Blaine has this idea. He takes his water and gargles with it. And that was so unexpected. Have you ever tried to laugh with a mouthful of slimy water in your mouth? So I started laughing, and I knew my throat was doing something weird with the water, and I decided I was going to lose, and so I opened my mouth. I wasn't going to swallow that mess, but when I opened my mouth, nothing came out. And then pretty soon, something came out. Lunch. I do remember we had corn that day. And yeah, I threw up all over my math book, my math work. It's dripping onto me, it's dripping onto the floor, and the whole time this is happening, I am laughing. I look over to Blaine. Blaine is on the floor, rolling in the aisle, laughing so hard. And poor Mrs. Edwards, she came back and she was so compassionate, and she started scraping the vomit off of my math book and sent me to the office. She thought I was sick, so I had to pretend to be sick. Went to the clinic there in the office admin part, and while I was waiting there, Randy Weber was called upon, I don't know why, he had a car to take me home, and so I could change clothes or just stay home. And I remember Mr. Beckett. Remember Mr. Beckett? Dale Beckett. He came in, real stern looking principal, and I remember having to look and fake being sick. Yeah, I lied. And then I became a pastor.